Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's Real in Real Estate. I'm Elie Morris with Signature Real Estate Group, and I couldn't be more excited about today's guest, Ray Wilson. I like to call him Cleveland Ray. We'll get to Ray in just a minute. This is a show where I talk about what's really happening in the real estate market today in Las Vegas and around the world. I don't listen to the news. I just show you the numbers that are happening, and we're going to go over the numbers right now. We're holding steady, which is good. We still have over a month's supply of homes, or right about a month's supply. And if you think back to the summer, we were down to a week's supply. So, although I'd like to have 6 months, a month's better than a week. But we still have 3,118 single-family residential homes that are available. We sold a little over 3,000 last month. There's about 600 condos, and there are townhomes, and there are 52 manufactured homes waiting for someone to make them their own. So, one more thing I want to mention, that I'm very active with a group called VA Rep, where we help veterans. And this year we're doing a fundraiser for Marines Toys for Tots. And if anybody has ever been to the Leatherneck Club, it's a great little bar. It's a little Marine museum, and we're having it over at the Leatherneck Club at 4360 West Spring Mountain, December 8th at 4 p.m. Please bring a toy for a tot, and we hope to raise a lot of some money and get a lot of toys for the kiddies for Christmas. So, all right, let's get to our guest, man. He's one of the nicest guys I've met in the business. I've been in this town now for 16 years. And you say, Ray, we met about
10 years
ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Ray Wilson, folks, one of the good guys in town. Welcome, Ray. Really glad to have you.
Great. Thank you, Elie. Good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm very appreciative of the invitation. And again, thank you all for viewing or listening in on this.
They're doing both.
Great. Both.
Yep.
Thank you, Elie. So anyways, I currently, in terms of the Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce, I am the founder and chairman emeritus, which basically means that as the chairman...
Does that mean that you're old, Ray?
Yes. Basically an honorary title now. I still certainly sit on the board of directors. But with an organization that I started incorporated in 2013. We opened our doors in 2014 here in Las Vegas. And really the only chamber of commerce of its kind in the United States that focused on health, fitness, wellness, and nutrition. So, you've got a lot of great chambers here.
Yeah. We do have a lot of chambers in this town, don't we?
A lot of great organizations.
Before we go further, I want you to give everybody a little background on who you are, though.
Sure. So, my background's corporate banking. And so I currently serve as the Senior Vice President, CFO, Chief Financial Officer for Silver State Schools Credit Union. We also serve on the Board of Directors as a Secretary and Treasurer for the Silver State School CU, People Over Profit, or also known as the POP Foundation. Again, all about financial literacy, and certainly with our students here in the Las Vegas, Southern Nevada. And so I've been very active, as you know, Elie. We kind of certainly see each other at about.
Yeah, all the time. I see you're out there all the time networking and meeting people. You're very active in the community. Why did you start the Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce,
Sure.
Ray?
So at a personal level, my son, who will be 31 next month, is autistic. And so I wanted to create a legacy for him, certainly to provide those opportunities that enable him to get involved in the chamber, certainly from a development standpoint, to really aid and facilitate his progress. My family back in Cleveland, currently my sister is a breast cancer survivor. Both my parents, rest their souls, heart disease, have passed on. And so at a personal level, that was the genesis, the catalyst for creating this chamber. At a professional level, very well connected here in the community, as you know, Elie. And so looking to kind of marry the business model for a Chamber of Commerce with a nonprofit organization, and hence creating VOILA, the Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, good. What are some of the benefits of becoming a member of the Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce?
Sure. Numerous benefits in terms of from a business development standpoint, training, education. And, we talk about, and certainly in the real estate world, the three most important words: location, location, location. Certainly in the health and wellness, it's education. We look at the traditional medicine homeopathic medicine, alternative health, holistic, spiritual healing. And so it's really providing those options, in terms of education. We all grew up many years ago in that traditional medicine format. Hey, it's great. However, now you have options. And so certainly you as an individual, it's incumbent upon you to certainly take ownership, and be your best advocate and really learn and educate about what's out there.
I agree with you 100%. But you said one thing I have to disagree with you about. I don't know if the medical industry is great. You said it's great. It's good. It's there. But there are many. I'm not going to go into them. There's stories galore about their boo-boos.
Yes.
I'm like you. I'm not like you, but I definitely do my own research.
Yes.
And I do believe in holistic medicine a lot. And I believe it's becoming, fortunately, a lot more popular and more accepted today than it was 30 years ago.
That's correct. Yeah, because again, 30 plus years ago, traditional medicine was our only option. And I agree, Elie, with having those options, again, education, understanding what's out there, because there's a tremendous, it's not necessarily you need to take, well, this is the format and only option.
Yeah.
You now have options to really consider, for all of your health, fitness, wellness, nutrition needs. And so again, a big push, strength in terms of for yourself, for your loved ones, family, to be able to take advantage.
I was talking to a friend of mine just last night. He lives in Denver. He grew up with me in Detroit. He has a 5-year-old son. And he told me there's a total of 24 vaccines that they wanted to give his 5-year-old kid. 24. One of them, I forget what it was, because it doesn't matter. He told them, of course, no, in the hospital when the kid was born. And that the pediatrician later said, yeah, good thing you didn't take that because it has mercury in it, which we know is not going to help a brain develop.
Yes.
So, some of that frustrates me. So what you're doing is so needed, and I think welcome today.
Thank you.
By people. It's, yeah, man.
Yeah, and you're right. Again, we always took certainly that the medicine directive as gospel. And so now you say, oh, well, wait a minute. Now through education, learning and development, you're saying, wait a minute, let me think about that, and let's consider other alternatives and so forth.
No, that's great. I think that is so important. And I'm afraid that too many people don't either understand it, won't give it a chance and believe in it.
Yes.
And they just ignore it. And I think they're making a big, big, big mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And again, is it come by, we all need to take ownership. We all need to take responsibility, because at the end of the day, it's us, in terms of learning and understanding what's out there. And because the information is there.
It's the same with pharmacies. I don't know a lot about this, but I know someone who had some issues and went to a pharmacist, and someone suggested, try this compound pharmacist. Have you heard of this compound pharmacy? It's supposed to be healthier or better or pure, or do you know?
That's what I hear.
Yeah. But at least I'm glad we're getting some of these things now and making them available to us. And so the chamber started in 14, you said?
2014. Yes.
Do you have regular events?
Yes. So we have weekly meetings. Where
do you meet at?
Actually, we have mostly Zoom meetings now, and so we're now, with the certainly the COVID concerns and that, and so we've also got a mastermind, for those members, to more of what I call a think tank, so it gives opportunities for small businesses to really talk about, some of the challenges, because not only certainly from the health, fitness, wellness, nutrition, but also how do we help those businesses, from a marketing standpoint, from a business development standpoint, creating materials for their presentation and really help facilitate their success. So, you look at some of the small to mid-market businesses, those solopreneurs, that, need, assistance, need help. So consider the membership in the Health and Fitness Chamber really as an extension of your marketing budget, and so we've really got some great success stories that we've been able to see. And so it really is, again, the training, the education. There is so much, as Elie, out there, in terms of really getting and understanding how the market, your business, and basically is, when we look at our members, excellent at what they do, in terms of, it could be a chiropractor, it could be a Pilates studio, yoga, a small medical clinic. Well, then, you've got that expertise. Okay, what about the marketing? Help, help in terms of the understanding and how to be able to really get out there in terms of developing your business practice and that. So that's really with the Health and Fitness Chamber, we do a lot of that training and that really, especially for those businesses that may not have those resources, either
Right.
from a personnel standpoint, financial resources, to be able to engage with the chamber.
That's great. Do you have networking events?
Yes, we have a live social.
Oh.
Yeah, you know how that. I think
I know, it's changed everything.
I think we found that Zoom socials, people have challenges.
Yeah.
Because the reality, you've got to get in. We've talked about this. You've got to get your face in front of people, and so I think certainly from a social standpoint, being able to communicate and being able to speak with people and really understand, the challenges and being able to help me help you understand and so forth. So we do have a live social the last Thursday of each month.
Oh, good. Where do you hold those at?
We have different places. Yeah, we have different places that, especially we try to emphasize those restaurants, events that have a healthy,
Oh,
food.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's great. And that's one thing about Las Vegas. We do have a lot of healthy restaurants.
Correct. Oh, yes.
I'm not a vegan, but I do enjoy vegan food.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever been to a place downtown called Vegan Nation?
Yes. Vegination, yes.
Vegination.
Yeah, Vegination.
Man.
Great. We've had some events there too, by the way.
Fantastic.
Actually, in Henderson, they've got a.
They have one there too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So again, it's all about it's lifestyle. You don't necessarily have to be a vegan. I mean, what I would advocate is a healthy lifestyle. Balance.
That means a lot of smoking, drinking, watching TV. That's good.
But no, not that. But
No, I know.
Yeah, I know. But I think really just being able to enjoy, but being doing things in moderation. And you're right. Las Vegas, folks, we have a wealth of venues, places, for dining, suitable for your needs. But again, my advocacy would be certainly a balance that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Years ago, I'm talking back in Detroit, and maybe 30, 40 years ago, I was selling furniture and traveling from store to store, and I'm in the car, listening to a talk show, and the guy comes on, he's talking about partially hydrogenated oil. Mm-hmm. And I was so mesmerized by that, I just sat in the car. I couldn't wait. I had to hear the whole thing. Well, fast forward, about a month later, I go to a sales seminar, and there's a doctor there. He's talking about the same thing. And that was really when I first started thinking, you know what, there's probably a lot of garbage out there that I better stay away from. Mm-hmm. Partially hydrogenated oil, of course, is one. High fructose corn syrup is another. Yes. There's so much out there. And over the last 30, 40 years, you can see I got a few pounds on me, but I do eat. I just eat too much. I think I eat extremely healthy, meaning I don't use saturated fats. Yes. I use olive oil or avocado oil. I don't go to fast food restaurants and buy. I used to love it, but my God, that's just.
Yes.
So Las Vegas is, I think I read somewhere, Ray, that we have more health workout facilities, health clubs per capita than any city in the country. Mm-hmm. Isn't that something?
Yes, it's amazing. And, as, consumers certainly get smarter and educated about what's available out there in terms of living a healthy lifestyle, there's that demand. And that's why you're seeing certainly an influx of restaurants, events that cater for those folks that are looking to the healthy, being healthily fit, that lifestyle.
I'm laughing because we're talking about health style, and I don't eat bacon. I'm a good Jewish boy. Mm-hmm. But there's more bacon being pushed on people today than ever before, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
tasty, but yeah.
It's like more popular than ever. Yeah. Everywhere you go, something's either wrapped in bacon, sprinkled in bacon. Yeah. And for a guy like me who doesn't eat bacon, there's sometimes I go somewhere to an event, I just don't eat because there's just nothing I can. It has become big, hasn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. And also, when you look at restaurants, when you go, they certainly from the food labeling, calories per serving. So they're, again, all part of the education, all part of the branding, the packaging. When you go to the supermarket, again, you're able to make an educated choice. And so
you have to read labels.
Yes.
I'm a label reader. I have been for a while, and it's amazing sometimes. Even things that sound like they're really healthy, when you read the label, is full of garbage. Mm-hmm. So they trick you a lot. They're pretty good at tricking, aren't they? That's one thing they're good at, fooling everybody. Yes. But, where can somebody get information if they'd like to learn more about the chamber?
Sure. Well, our website is www.vegashealthfitnesschamber. I know it's a long word, vegashealthfitnesschamber.com. Our offices are located at 3651 Lindell Road, Suite D, as in David, dash 794. And of course, Las Vegas here, beautiful city, 89103. And so, we also, from that website, you have all the information about the Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce. And so we certainly welcome all to come out, kick the tires, so to speak, to see what it's about. But again, the really making certainly, the inroads into the community. Again, 7 years young here for the chamber and what we're doing, and Elie, I love what I do.
I know you do. It shows. And I know
I'm very passionate about this.
And I'm telling you, folks, I talk about networking a lot on here, and I do a lot of networking, and I really enjoy it. And I meet a lot of people, and I'm saying it because he's here now, but I would say it when he's not here. Ray is one of the genuine good guys in the networking community. You're loved by everybody.
Thank you,
You
Elie.
are really
Appreciate
you're just one of the good guys. Everybody
thank you.
likes you, respects you. And I'm very fortunate that we become buddies, man.
Oh, great. Likewise.
And the fact that we live right across the lake from each other, Detroit and Cleveland.
That's
hey,
correct.
let's talk about Cleveland for a minute. What about the Guardians?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that name?
Obviously growing up in Cleveland, lifelong Cleveland Indians fan, on the one hand, I guess I understand as we, move, certainly, into the generations, and certainly being respectful, of, the teams, the Indians, of course, the Guardians, and, I can want to be respectful. At the end of the day, I'm looking to see what's on the field. That's a product.
The Cleveland Indians, before they were called the Indians, were called the Spiders.
That's right.
And I thought they should have gone back to that name. But then again, I realized it might offend some spiders. And we don't want to offend spiders because spiders are a big part of the ecosystem. And
Correct.
they don't want to, they'll start protesting. And But no, the Guardian, I don't know where that came from.
That's actually if you look at some of the bridges in downtown Cleveland, and Cleveland's really known for a lot of its architectural.
Okay.
And so that's where some of the Guardians is quite prominently displayed. And
Okay.
So, and again, it's a good name, respectful. At the end of the day, I want to see what's on the playing field. I want to get us to a World Series.
Yeah. Well, listen, I hear you. You've been to there a
Yes.
lot quicker, more recently than we have in Detroit. So you got a good sports town. It's a good
Yes.
sports town, Cleveland.
Yes.
And you got a lot of fun. I used to go there on a regular basis, and we used to, in Detroit, we'd always make fun of Cleveland, the mistake on the lake, the fire of the Cuyahoga River, and all this. I go down to Cleveland for business. I'm down in the flats. I'm all around. I get back to Detroit. I told my buddy, hey, you know what? Knock it off. This town has got it going on.
Great.
You really, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. There's been a lot of revitalization in Cleveland, and certainly within the city of Cleveland proper. Urban renewal, really a lot of happening in terms of attracting residents to come to downtown Cleveland. It's a beautiful city, as you know. I'll be there next week to spend time with family and for the Thanksgiving holiday, and so Cleveland, it's my DNA. That's home.
No, listen, I hear you. It's just like Detroit. I'll pick on Detroit a little bit, but I'll tell you what, you better not pick on Detroit. Because it is
Detroit.
It's a great town. It's
Yeah,
a great town and great people, and we've had some great history there, and we're still making some great cars. Hey, listen, I like to ask everybody when they come on. You've been in town a long enough time.
Yes.
You got any favorite restaurants?
Sure.
What are some of your favorite? You can tell me either healthy or not healthy. I don't care, either one.
Well, actually, they're both healthy because they have certainly part of their menu items. Some of the vegan, vegetarian, and more healthier. And in fact, when you look at a lot of these restaurants, they have certainly the way they cook their foods and prepare that, certainly a lot more healthier, options. I guess first and foremost, Panavino over in East Sunset, kind of where I hold home court. Yeah,
That's
right by the office.
Sure.
So that's kind of where I enjoy going to in Summerlin, where I live, Vintner Grill.
Oh, yeah.
And that, so those are my two. And there's just there's just so much out there. Sometimes I'm like a little kid in a candy store.
Yeah. No, this town has so many great restaurants on the strip, off the strip. But you're right, Panavino is fantastic, and I love Vintner Grill.
Yep. So and there's a lot of just great places depending on the type of foods. the origin, the culture. Vegas is great in terms of the cultures that we have here, and it's beautiful. I love that melting pot.
It is a real melting pot.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say,
really is,
absolutely. It is it's a pure melting pot.
Yes.
How about shows? You go to many shows in town?
Yes, now that they're coming back on, but I've always loved the Cirque du Soleil.
Aren't they great?
Shows. Oh, yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Actually, Mystere.
Isn't that? I think that's mine too.
Yeah.
And I just had a guy in. I was showing him homes. He's new in town.
Mm-hmm.
He saw couples. He's big. Comes a lot. Asked him his favorite. He's seen him. I said, Mystere. I think it's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Love also.
Yeah, Love is good. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Mystere is a great show.
Yeah, Mystere.
And something I've learned when you go to buy tickets, this is a tip, folks. It's a good tip. Don't buy the expensive seats.
Mm-hmm.
I buy the cheaper seats in the back. You get a much better view.
Yes, yes.
Overall view of the show.
Yes.
We sat in front of one of the shows. I think it was Ka. Big
Okay.
mistake. The stage goes up.
Oh, yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, I had a stiff neck for a week after. Where if you're sitting in the back, you get to see everything. There. Yeah, I love. You said you live in Summerlin. You go to some of the local bars there on weekends. They have great music.
Well, you look at in Summerlin, Boca Park, downtown, Summerlin, Tivoli.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's so beautiful, Elie, because there's so many things that are out there. So when you've got family flying in, you've got clients, you've got guests, colleagues, you have so many options available out there to bring, and that's what's beautiful.
It is. How about outdoor activities? When I first moved here, I didn't know about Red Rock and Mount Charleston and all that.
Mount Charleston.
Is it great?
Mount Charleston and Red Rock. Love the hiking and the canyons. It's beautiful. Certainly locally, you get up to southern Utah, then up to Zion, and some of the other things Brian had, and there's again a lot of.
There's so many places you can go
Yes.
in 3 to 5 hours.
Mhm.
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Right.
So many
Yep.
places you can be. That's just what a great location.
It is. It is. We are blessed as a resident of Las Vegas. We are blessed and fortunate to have a lot of these activities available to us. All the venues, we've talked about Allegiant Stadium, T-Mobile Arena. We got the professional sports teams that have come, and so it's just, folks, the opportunity's there.
I'm going to be at Allegiant Stadium tonight. Last home game for UNLV.
That's right. Go Rebels. Yeah.
Go Rebels,
Yeah.
man! I expect them to beat San Diego's tonight. They're playing so well. I looked at San Diego's record, and the last few games they've just barely won. Their record's great, but it isn't like they've blown anybody out. So we've got a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's again, I just continue to see. Certainly, when I first came to Las Vegas in 2007, and to here we are today in 2021. I mean, in this time of 14 years. I mean, there's been a lot. A lot has changed. But all for the good.
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing a lot of good positive. As the city continues to grow with the leadership that we have here in Las Vegas, it's just it's amazing. Businesses, people want to relocate to Las Vegas. You see of course, certainly you see on the real estate side, Elie, is that you've got an influx of folks coming in to this beautiful city, and because what it offers and the availability.
It does offer a lot. And I'll tell you one thing: it's November 19th, and it's going to be 70 degrees today and sunny. How do you beat that, man?
I know.
You're going back to Cleveland. I talked to my sister earlier in the week in Detroit. One day I was talking to her. She said it was raining all day, 30 degrees. The next day it's going to be 60.
Yeah.
And that's it's
it's erratic.
You can't beat the weather here. That's for sure. Well,
Exactly.
Ray, I can't thank you enough, man. Really
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
you
Elie.
coming on.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for the
Absolutely.
invitation.
And listen, folks, please, one more time, give everybody the easy way to get a hold of you, Ray.
Sure. www.vegashealthfitnesschamber.com. And that's got all the information there about the Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce. And you can read about, learn about, come out to certainly from a Zoom for our meetings, and certainly our live social at the end of the month. And so, we're doing some reorganization, some revamping. So starting in January, we're going to start looking at some more offerings, looking at some more things differently here for the chamber. And again, just as we see, our members speak and say, we're now, we listen. And so, okay, here are some of the things that we need to think about and consider. It's, again, so continue to grow.
Great. Well, listen, folks, please again remember, mark your calendars for December 8th at 4 p.m. at the Leatherneck Club. Marines Toys for Tots. We're raising money for kids and going to collect a lot of toys for the kids. We're going to be off next week because of Thanksgiving. The following week, we have Stephanie Bullock, former CSI gal. So she should have some really interesting stories to talk about. Wish you all happy Thanksgiving. We're still in a pandemic. Be kind to each other. Take care of each other. Be safe and be smart out there. Again, thanks, Ray.
Great.
We'll see you again. Beta, thanks for
Thank you,
everything.
Elie. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. All the best.